Zachary going to the FaZe clan, and now Superman here for coming from Crossfire. It's insane to see the talent that's out there and what's still not all that known to us right now. But in any case, though, the action unfolds and the B site taken over completely here by Homeless. Be able to place that spike down. No one has fallen just yet, as CLOUD9 are going to work the backside here in the B hall. Now we're going to burst out of this door, checking the corners with Blast Pack. Shinobi and Vice, though, are able to make quick work of Superman and Death. And the wall's out. That wall's going to be pretty big. It's going to take a sizable effort to be able to break through that. And they are not going to be able to do so, given that there's just all these guns pointed at the doorway.
Different, so that it's not that easy to wall them off.
An aggressive angle being held on B, and it's actually going to be punished. Poise gets the better of Relics there, prompting Mitcho to back away as Shinobi gets the kill on Death. You got 4 players stacked here. Mitch is going to be met with a flurry of bullets. Will actually have to back away from this one. Luckily has some teammates there to back him up. The difference now, they're all going to be fighting out of hookah rather than before, where they were coming out of that defender side. And then Tens wraps around the corner. Poise with 3, by the way. He's been fragging out this round, looking for another, but he doesn't get it. Psalm's there to back his teammate up, but it's Mitch.
It's just going to be Lasky trying to do a little bit of damage here in Showers. He is just going to opt to get the ultimate orb as Death pushes through. Poised is there to take down Relic, so they've got the opening frag at least.
With the Sheriffs and only Lasky rocking that Phantom, that's going to be the kit that they're starting things off with. And Lasky's going to be on the opposite side here of Tens, but we jump over to Shinobi's perspective now. They get the dedicated Sova for this team. Spot 2 going to be lingering about by B long. They have that potential option to just port over, but it's Psalm, and what a shot from him. Shinobi's there for the pickup, though. Here comes Hunter's Fury right onto the garden, just trying to stop it. Oh no, oh no, oh Def, he caught him. Shinobi, he was looking to just see if he could rain down as many shots with the Hunter's Fury and garden, but did not expect the player swinging on elbow, and now they're able to get that spike down. Homeless, what a play from them.
Yeah, this is a round that C9 shouldn't really be losing. But it's just these opening frags that were found with Sheriffs, as Tens now is going to come from behind in hookah. See what he can do, but needs to be careful as there is another raise right on behind him. I don't think he spotted it just yet. There's going to be Lasky, and Poise will clean up the final one onto Vice. And there's...
Oh, my eyes are better than yours.
And that's going to hurt them. As I just mentioned, Poise has been on fire at the beginning of this game.
Does mean they're going to be a couple of men behind, and Tens gets one onto Lasky as well. Psalm will reply, but these opening frags from Sheriffs have just been so strong, and they can make the difference. They can win you rounds. Showstopper available for Tens as well if he wants to use it. Superman is going to be creeping his way onto the side. Superman will take down Tens, but Vice is there to respond, GB. And these Sheriff rounds, they've been so strong from both sides.
Yeah, and very impressive across the board.
I have retrieved this.
Though has to just go for this one. Maybe a little bait out there, cheeky bait with it. Oh man, could have actually gotten that kill on Heaven instead. Relics, a good movement, backs him away there right at the nick of time. Mitcho is not going to be all that much fortunate.
No more charges left.
And continuing to bait with this. They have a lot of time, and that is just so good. The way that they're playing this. Now watch out for that molly, though. It could actually burn Def. Def does move away, and he is going to get roasted a little bit, but it doesn't matter.
Set the economy of CLOUD9 and start to put some more rounds on the board. Only 6 rounds is what they got on their side attacking against T1.
That was filthy. I don't know if you saw that, but the shock bolt all the way from downtown actually ended up doing damage to Tens, who was waiting with an op, looking at the showers. Just a rat play. You love to see it.
I mean, we saw yesterday just how important some of the strategic ability that Psalm offers, and the time he's put into a lot of these angles for arrows and whatnot. As Shinobi will get the first frag onto Death, and now the rest of the team will probably push on with his orbital strike.
They do manage to get on, and a few more kills are going to start to go on for the favor here of CLOUD9. Relics does manage to get that critical kill there, and Superman maybe can start coming alive here.
Heaven, and then they smoke off the back site, which is exactly what they're doing here now. And they've got the showstopper to work with.
Oh no, a lot of ult starting to come online, and look at this. Lasky all the way on the other side actually sends a rocket out, but doesn't get any kind of value out of it whatsoever. Relics gets him instead. Tens inside of heaven. What a nade there. Connects to Poise. It was really no option for him in that instance. Last player, Def. He was just no smart play, just dropping back to site, waiting to see if anyone else is going to be pushing in. But on the other side, a rotation now starting to happen. Lasky's going to continue to work this here.
Trying his best as Mitch, though, will catch out Def, and that's happened time and time again now already in this first map where Def has been lurking, as he always does as the Cypher, but has been picked off early. But there's the res from Poise, so it's not too detrimental in this round. But now it does mean with 25 seconds left, they need to start heading towards a site. Hunter's Fury will be popped by Sam. Does catch his teammate, but at least he manages to get frag onto Relics. Now here comes Def pushing onto site. Neural Theft will allow to find one, and they will, or should, get this plant down, as the other two members are going to be rotating from spawn. It's just going to be the lone player of Tens now on this op here, GB.
Doing his due diligence, checking the corners, does have an op. It'll be that much more challenging though. 1v2, not impossible, but with the way here that Def is just playing this, and they're also going to have that body in hookah. He's doing the pokes around the corner where you would typically expect him to go to, but Lasky from hookah ends him, and they'll benefit from taking that op away from Tens.
That was a lot better of a push. We've not seen that much success on a B site push for Homeless across this tournament. They've certainly found more success on A site. They've usually
really just opens up if Superman can start to frag out the way that we would see him do. But when you're pushing like that, there's not a lot of options. And Mitch just ends Superman there. So his unfortunate run continues on Bind. All stacked up on the Garden Gaskin. Relics has an orbital strike. No, I think he's just gonna wait this one out. And more stall. If they do commit though, he still has that orbital strike to just delay them a little bit more and give Tens and Mitch time to get around. But they have pulled away some utility. Perhaps they're gonna debate whether or not they, and this is the conversation they're having here. All right, let's see if we can get a look around. We have 40 seconds. We got to start acting fast. If Def gets a kill, maybe they start moving quickly by A. This is just to mostly get some indication as to what's going on here. Mitch now going to have to deal with this, and he does so swimmingly. So the call has been made. Unfortunately, though, Mitch is waiting for them right at short.
They had the debate. And they went for the debate, GB. They've gone for the TP, but with only 20 seconds left, Orbital Strike's going to slow them right down. And now they have to absolutely peg it to B site if they're going to get this one down. It's going to be so difficult to get through hookah. Only 5 seconds to actually get there. I don't think he's going to get the plant. This is going to be so close. Fractions, okay. He's just got it.
He got it. Oh. That was a little squeaky bum time there, Gaskin, but it works out, albeit in a not the best way possible. Both players are going to be coming from the defender side, so Lasky will be okay in the angle that he's watching. Look out for Poison. I think Lasky's going to be the one that should make first contact before he swings, and there you go. Nicely done there for Homeless. They get themselves a win, and that was a little bit all over the place.
It's a very even attacking half for them when they only found the 6 rounds against T1, so 5 rounds here wouldn't be the end of the world.
And they have a whole mess of ults available, Gaskin. Use them all. Use everything. Crush through that hookah wall and start to just rain death and destruction down on your opponents. But unfortunately, though, Shinobi gets a kill on Lasky while he was trying to fire in the hole. Doesn't end up happening. Tens is going to be picked up on the defensive side. And this 7-4, 7-5 is looking a little bit more likely here, given that they're going to be playing in a 4v2. Relixo on the flank. Look out for him. He has been known to clutch out a few in the past. Now it's just going to be all up to him in a 1v3. Back here by elbow, smoked out. No real options. Needs to wait for this smoke to dissipate, which it will in a few moments. And then once that does, the fireworks will begin. Doesn't expose himself to hookah. Has to check so many corners, and Poise will get that. 3 kills for Poise, and what a half it was for him as well to start getting that res early on, just giving his teammates some upper hands from time to time. But now we're going to swap sides here, and let's see what Homeless can do. on this defense, which they have put together some amazing defenses on this map in the past from what we've seen throughout this tournament.
Yeah, and Superman might not be shining right now. 3 and 10, attacking as a Brimstone, but it was really his defensive half when he showed up against T1 on Bind. Like, when he was on B site and he was being able to hold it against 3, hold it against 4, it didn't matter how many were pushing him. He was smoking the right places. His pre-fire was excellent. If he can carry on, that'll change a little bit later. Having the Molotov and the grenades available makes it very difficult for a team to push up short.
And an interesting position too for the Sage to be all the way back in the cubby on A. Sages would normally play closer up to that choke or play the shower, but this time around, and I would assume that means that probably just running slows, which would be safer from distance.
Yep, you're probably right. As the rest of the team now of Cloud9 have started to move towards B. They are going to be gathering up in Hookah though, which is always a very scary place to go because it means you have to jump out of that window and it leaves yourself quite vulnerable. But
here we go.
This is going to be unfolding right here on B side.
Oh, this is bad news. That's bad news. Gary blows up right in front of Def, though. Kills are starting to come in. Sam will get 2 kills out of that one. Now Superman gets on through. Only 1 player remaining, and it was Vice. It was a valiant effort without a doubt, but now they're going to be within 1. And that looked like it could have gone real poorly, but Sam was the hero in the wings waiting to be unleashed.
Fortnite players, lol. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, Sam is unreal, by the way. The amount of grief he got for being a Fortnite player. I mean, mechanically, the things that people have to do in Fortnite for him to now come into this game and be this dominant just shows, like, skills can transition in different ways. And honestly, I love what he has to offer for this team. Like, it's not just your standard mechanical aim that he has to offer, but it's the time and the research he's clearly put in. You can tell that he knows what he wants to do on a map, and I think you said it best. Like, it's almost like the team shapes themselves around what he has to offer and what he can do with a Sova or a Viper or whatever it is he's playing.
It was one of his strongest traits when he was competing in that game for millions of dollars. He was always just bending the meta to whatever it is that he wanted. But we'll reflect on him in a little bit here. I'm sure that there will be plenty of opportunities to do so. Now, this play that happens with these Sheriffs and overall with these pistols was mostly just to get that orb. And what worked out was they ended up getting a kill. Poise goes down.
It's something we see a lot more in kind of like high-level Valorant play than you would see in your normal matchmaking games, is people prioritizing getting those orbs, like having a little bit of a force towards one side of the map to ensure they get the orb, and then transitioning to the other side of the map, or continuing the flow if they're able to pick up a significant amount of kills. And it's very important because the ultimates can make or break rounds, as there's going to be a heavy push now through short, but here comes Lasky, satchel right to the face of Relics.
Yeah, he planted that one exactly where he needed to. Spike's going to go down, but now the fire starts to come through here. Shinobi executes on getting that spike down with the coverage of the smoke and doesn't take all that much damage, but now it's going to start getting banged up. You can't shoot through that box with the Spectre. It doesn't work out, unfortunately. He isn't able to do the damage, but when he comes around the corner, though, that actually pays off now. Last player left alive is going to be Tens, 22 HP in a dream. The nade goes down, doesn't quite pick up a kill yet, though, but players are going to be very weak. And Tens. Oh, boy, and Psalm clutches out right through the structure, does manage to get the kill, the headshot. Tens was looking mighty scary there, but now we're going to be all tied up here, Gaskin. We got ourselves a game.
I mean, thank goodness Psalm actually had the Phantom there, because if that was just a Spectre, he might have died. Because as you say, wallbanging with the Spectre, not so great. Wallbanging with Phantom, you're gonna have a good time. And he was able to just spray him down through the box. And yeah, now we're at 7-7, and Homeless have done something they weren't able to do against T1. A couple of rounds where Homeless look a little bit flat here and there.
Yeah, it's not that same energy that we had from them in their battle against T1, right? Tens marches onto the site, though. Poise is going to meet him with a Spectre and does manage to come out on top with that one. Psalm with 47 HP. Now, this team has done well with the Sheriffs in the past, and just I say 47 down, loses 20 of that, so down to 27. You basically breathe on him and he'll die at this point.
At least they were able to guess right and stack this B side. There is going to be one rotation. Def's going to move his way all the way around to A side now. Which isn't really going to work out. They had hedged their bets correctly. And fair play to CLOUD9 for kind of holding their ground even after losing the first pick. And now Hunter's Fury will come out to try and clear the site. Sam will take down Relics, but Mitch is there to get the trade. And now they should have enough players to be able to waltz onto this site as Lasky and Superman fall. Now it's just going to be the one remaining player of Def.
Look at this. 4 players at B site. 2 players inside a hookah. Poise is going to be dropping back and playing patrol. Def watching the angle, and he's inside of that. Tense is going to go for this poke potentially. He will have his teammates to support him there, but Psalm gets 2. Psalm gets 2.
Huge from Psalm there, and I love this setup as well. Stacking B site, but using Cypher, his camera and his traps on A site just to get any information. Neural theft comes out as well. So now they'll know exactly where these remaining members of CLOUD9 are. As they are actually all very separated on the map. Does look like they are going to think about heading towards A. With the player advantage, and now here in the TP, I imagine that rotation is going to come through here.
Lasky's going to be the lone gunman here holding down the site. Does have Showstopper, might have to use this one, but instead it's going to send Gary out first to get some intelligence, and it is going to be job done, mission accomplished there for the Boombot. Lasky's holding this down for so long, and Mitch, though, he's been so amazing with that. Oh my goodness, Mitch! Oh my goodness, Mitch! He got a triple there at the blink of an eye, and Shinobi around the corner on the box.
Pistol, but then went on to lose round 2. Because T1, well, they do those things. They're very aggressive, but this is going to be sheer aggression onto the B site, and Lasky's going to go down. Sam gets the trade, but here comes Mitch to clean things up. F is going to be on the other side just to make things a little bit more difficult, and he'll get, unfortunately, taken down by Relics, and now the spike goes down, GB.
Going over to the other side. Poise, though. Poise had a hot spike.
Just try and do the same thing again.
Yeah, they're going to do it again. There's no reason for them not to, because this fast aggression, this is a thing of beauty. I mean, everything that they're doing, it's just clicking. A notable thing from the game yesterday when they faced T1, no one was running Jet. And I do think that Jet is kind of a neutralizer for the composition that this team, Homeless, is running. Because the timings, as I said in the previous round, are going to get thrown off completely.
I think if you are going to play without a Sage, you have to be fast, because you can't allow yourself to just kind of peek every now and then, let your opponents chip away at your health total, and then decide to push to a site elsewhere when you're all going to be weak, or you can have a couple of players weak. Instead, take the game to your opposition. Say, we don't care about your Sage, we don't care where you are. We have what we feel, better agents. We have more to offer in terms of fragging power, flashing ability, utility. And that's exactly what we're seeing here, is just the aggression. And yes, okay, it's only Pistol again. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen, he had a little nosy towards B main, but no one peeked as Def takes down Tens, and that is the perfect way to start a round. Eliminate the entry fragger. Here comes Superman to chime in as well.
So even though Superman does get killed by Relics, they get the benefit of this one. And also, this is the benefit of those smokes. They control where the enemy team's going to go. They have those options, and they just play to those strengths that have really worked out for them when we saw them play the same map against T1.
A little bit more slow now.
Ooh, Poise gets on top. He got on top. Oh, what a play. Oh, Poise threats 3. Wow. What a play. He did not anticipate him to be able to get on top of the wall. And then the paranoia came right at that exact moment and gives Poise all those kills.
I wonder whether he'll go for something similar here.
Well, Mitch will have to get around to him, because what worked there was the fact that they have that wall.
Of course, yeah.
And Mitch is holding the angles on mid with that hop. More smokes down, and things start to delay. And as the rounds go on, and I know that C9's going to wait for just a burst through the archway, I do like Homeless's chances because you allow Homeless to set up, and I think they thrive in those scenarios. Here we go now. The push is going to come. Tens is inside of sight. Gets the kill on the run it back, knows exactly where Poise was going to be located. Oh, Tens, though, only has a classic to his name, and he's going to be right underneath him. Devin saw him get the kills there, but Shinobi with the shock bolt from all the way at distance. And his Psalm wrapped around on the scaffolding. He's going to pay for his life with that one. Lasky, last player left alive, will get called out. And watch out on the flank there, bud, because Mitch is on the hunt. And Mitch will most definitely be the one to secure this kill as soon as Lasky gets it. And there it is. The op returns is kind of rough right now because of my VOs. I'm telling you, sometimes I nail it. Oh, speaking of nailing it, Tens nailed that first shot, gets the first blood, and there's Relics as well to have his teammates back.
That does mean Lasky is 0-7. That's yeah, that's not a very good start, but I guess he won't mind if he's still able to watch the rest of the team pick up a 5th round, because at 5-5 this suddenly looks a lot better than what it did earlier.
It does.
It's looking like Cloud9 were going to run away with things, but it's been the A-hold that has been quite strong for Homeless. Superman has been stepping up, Def alongside him, and it's done some real work. Now here comes the push onto A.
Saw him with a cheeky recon bolt. Will give him information that a few players are going to be pushing out, and gets a kill out of that one too. Watch out for Tens though. Once this smoke comes out and it dissipates, Tens will have the angle on anyone that pushes this. And there he goes. Oh, but Superman is going to get the better of Tens there. That's a bit of a shocker. Poise now going to push this one forward. Superman goes down courtesy of Vice now. Poise continuing to play around this ledge. Does not... Either way, though, doesn't matter. What does matter is that Superman is going to get that first blood. Orbital Strike is now going to be available to him. Forces back the Cypher. So no presence there for Vice. Just going to be backed away for a little bit. More time delaying, too, which is the scarier part. Man. Unfortunately for Lasky, he is continuing to struggle here. Mitch with an angle at the windows. We'll see anyone coming through this mid-market. He's watching around the flanks as well in case anyone's there, but no one will be. Had Lasky been able to get a kill, that actually could have given him an opportunity to just delay that, and then they can push in, right, with some more time. Mitch, though, he's just doing the job here. Slow orb as well, gets another one. Mitch, oh, Mitch with an ace. That's why you signed him. That right there.
One of the best Sages we've seen in quite some time. Definitely put him up there with the likes of David P for having that ability to be aggressive, to be that battle Sage that we talk about. And I mean, I wonder whether they are phenomenal.
Just very clean. This time around, though, they will take out Mitch, which has been a plus for them. A counter Paranoia 2 does work out. Relics just had to bounce on out of there, or else he would have ended up falling. We'll retrieve this spike right back in their hands. And then they're going to go over to plan B now. So we tried to get inside of that B site. They sent all the bodies there that was necessary, and they won that battle. They're going to be looking to win the war here on the half.
And with the 2-man advantage, if I'm Lasky, I'm going searching for kills. I do not want to finish a half without a kill. Otherwise, I would just not only be scared about my teammates and how they're going to shout at me, but I would not be happy with my individual performance as Superman takes down Vice. Here comes Tenzo, and well, okay, poised. Equally not over yet. Lasky is going to be the first point of entry here. Does have the Paranoia to use as the flash, but there is going to be a few players spotted out as B site is going to be comfortably swarmed and taken. As Cloud9 opt to just go for the retake here. All 5 of them just swarming the site now.
That was a great shock bolt, by the way. I wish they won't recover any health. They got 3 members on their team that are going to be a little weakened. A few on the opposite side too, but the advantage there is that they will have a Sage in case they're able to use it. I don't even think the heal is going to matter all that much. Tens, though, locates a kill onto Poise. That was going to be happening right within that dark cover. As Tens creeps forward here, players are not going to be paying attention to him. He manages to get right on through there. Another kill, and that is going to do it. A retake that was just a swarm, a Zerg rush.
This is something I think that we need to see more often from teams. When you recognize that there is going to be a 5-man rush 5-player rush from any site in these early rounds. If you are on a site on your
Friend, it's very nice to see you here. Aries in the mid-market, gets himself 3 kills, maybe another one as well, but Poise's stinger is right there. He's the only player left alive, though. Spike is right in front of him, but there's 2 players there on the cross. He's checking his corners, and he knows at least one is going to be there, perhaps 2. So if he's done that math, but he also is going to be very wary about anyone pushing around flank too. The Bucky's not with them. Perhaps Lasky's paranoia might connect. He's able to do it. Wall's out though. Tens does not connect with the shot, but he's still going to be located inside of hell. Still no shot there for Tens, but the presence is certainly going to be felt. Finally gets the connection. Relix is there to help his buddy out. Only 13 seconds remaining. Relix gets himself another kill. This just leaves an option here for Homeless, and I was gonna say, oh man, out of the gate.
That's not good.
Out of the gate already. A first blood, man, and they're up 11. This is just, it's an eco round for sure. So they are gonna go for whatever they want because they have the freedom to do so. But this is Cloud9 playing with the utmost confidence here. They feel so good.
And I think this is going to be another demonstration of the kind of Sage versus non-Sage discussion we were having, GB. And we were saying how a lot of teams like tried the non-Sage, but I feel like Sage is so important. Like that wall can do so much for you. The slows are so huge as well. Tens takes down Def. And this is looking closer and closer like it's going to be a 12-6. And having Cloud9 on match point, getting them close to the final. Lasky gets his second of the game onto another Omen. He's got a lot to do. TP straight into
teleported
Shinobi.
right into Shinobi.
Mm-hmm.
That is an oof. That's an oof. Superman, the last person standing here, and
why is no one talking about us as potential winners of this tournament? Because they have the possibility to do so. We have seen that today. Considering Homeless, how they tore apart T1, and now we're seeing Cloud9 do exactly the same back to Homeless. We're seeing such differences in terms of skill level and in terms of possibilities when it comes to how practiced these teams are on certain maps, the executions that are available for them, the defensive ability that they have on certain maps as well. And I really feel like Cloud9 are just gelling more and more every tournament we see them. And now they're going to be rewarded if they can get one more round with a grand final against Sentinels.
Out of charges.
Joke's over.
Here we go. Now the push is going to come in here. Poise makes his way into the side with the run it back now. He's going to just go right through, push this one forward. I respect that play. The run it back, he's not going to die, so you might as well do it, and they'll be able to get that frag. Now the B site's going to be available to them. Watch out on the flank, though, because you're going to have Omen creeping around there. It's Relix. Lasky, though, another kill for him. Maybe get another one here, and wow, what a pop-off from Lasky. And they needed this one sooner, but hey, better late than never. And now it boils down to your last 2. Viso with a kill. Only player left alive is Sam. Let's see if the Magician can pull a rabbit out of his hat this time around. He has a lot of HP remaining versus the other side. Omen's going to be tattered. Sam gets the kill. Looking for another one, but Sam cannot keep it alive. And the day belongs to Cloud9. They are going to be moving on to the finals here of PAX Arena, and a cursory tactical crouch there to close things out. C9 are your winners.
And I mean, shout out to Rel. He's gone under the radar